Hello, love. Today I'm here to remind you there is only one you. For the next few minutes, we will be exploring an idea, a possibility really. What if there is something you can contribute to this world that no one else can contribute in quite the same way? Not because you need to be the smartest person in the room, or the most talented, or the most accomplished, but because no other human being has ever occupied your precise position in life. No one has seen everything you've seen, learned everything you've learned, and loved exactly who you've loved, asked precisely the questions that you've asked, or assembled those experiences into the exact perspective through which you see the world. There are billions of us here, and somehow there is still only one you. In this space, we're going to explore what that might mean. So find somewhere comfortable. And if it's safe to do so, allow your eyes to gently close. Take a slow breath in through your nose and gently exhale. Again, breathing in and slowly letting it go. One more. Inhale and exhale. Allow your shoulders to soften. Relax the muscles around your eyes. Unclench your jaw. Let your hands become heavy. Feel the surface beneath you supporting your body. For these next few moments, there is nothing to prove, nothing to perform, nothing to compare. This is simply an opportunity to experience yourself from a different perspective. Now imagine that it's nighttime. You're standing at the base of a magnificent mountain. The air is crisp, clean, still. Above you stretches an extraordinary sky. Thousands upon thousands of stars. Perhaps more than you've ever seen before. The Milky Way appears like a river of light stretching across the darkness. You tilt your head upward, and for a moment, simply take it in. The scale of it, the mystery of it, the beauty of existing beneath something so enormous. Ahead of you is a gently winding path. Tiny lanterns illuminate the way. You begin walking slowly, comfortably. No rush. With every step, the world below becomes quieter. The noise becomes distant. The expectations become distant. The roles you play, the labels, the measurements, all begin falling away. And you're simply you, walking beneath the stars. As you reach the top of the mountain, you see something magnificent. A vast observatory. Its enormous silver dome reflects the moonlight. Tall windows glow warmly from within. You walk toward the entrance, and as you approach, the doors gently open. Inside is an enormous circular room. The ceiling seems impossibly high, and all around you are telescopes. Hundreds of them. Some enormous, some delicate, some ancient, some incredibly advanced. Each one positioned slightly differently around the room. A guide approaches. There's something peaceful about them. They smile and say, "Welcome." You look around and ask, "Why are there so many telescopes?" The guide gestures toward the night sky. Because there is so much to see. You notice something. Every telescope is looking at the same universe, but none of them is seeing exactly the same thing. The guide brings you toward one telescope, and you look through it. Your breath catches. A brilliant nebula fills the lens. Clouds of gas and dust, stars being born inside colors and shapes almost impossible to describe. You move to another telescope. This one reveals a planet surrounded by delicate rings. Another reveals a distant galaxy. Another reveals a cluster of tiny newborn stars. Another reveals a moon moving silently through darkness. Every telescope is looking upward. Every telescope is looking at the same sky. And yet each one reveals something different. You turn toward the guide and they say, "Position changes perspective, and perspective changes what becomes visible." The guide begins walking toward the far side of the observatory. You follow. Eventually, you reach one final telescope, unlike the others. This one has been waiting untouched. You walk closer, and there is a small inscription beneath the lens. It says your name. You look at the guide, and they simply smile. You place your eye against the lens, and there is a portion of the universe that none of the other telescopes could see from precisely this position. You whisper, "Why this telescope?" And the guide answers, "Because the universe didn't need another telescope standing where one already stood. It needed this one here." Let that settle. The image inside the telescope begins changing. Instead of stars, you begin seeing moments from your own life. Not necessarily the biggest moments, small ones. A childhood memory, a conversation, a person who influenced you, something you taught yourself, something someone taught you, a place you've lived, or a book that changed the way you thought, a friendship, a heartbreak, a mistake you can laugh about now, a question you couldn't stop asking, a moment you were brave, a moment you changed your mind, a moment you discovered something you loved. One after another, the experiences appear. And every time one passes, the lens adjusts slightly. A little clearer. Another experience comes in and click, a slightly different angle. Another lesson. Another perspective. And you realize your lens has been forming your entire life. The things that fascinated you mattered. The things that confused you mattered. The things you practiced mattered. The places you've gone mattered. The people you've encountered and the things you've created. The things you've had to reconsider mattered. Your curiosity mattered. All of it has contributed something to the way you see. Now the telescope begins showing ordinary scenes from the world. A crowded street, a workplace, a family dinner, a classroom, a meeting, a group of friends, a community. And something fascinating happens. Different people notice different things. One person notices a logistical problem. Another notices someone who feels left out. Someone sees an artistic possibility. Another sees an opportunity. Someone recognizes a pattern. Someone asks the question everyone else overlooked. Someone knows how to make everyone laugh. Someone sees how to build something. Someone sees how to explain it. Someone knows how to make it beautiful, and someone knows how to make it practical. Someone knows how to make people feel welcome. And suddenly, contribution looks very different. It isn't always standing on a stage, and it isn't always inventing something revolutionary or becoming famous. Sometimes contribution is simply noticing what we are uniquely positioned to notice. and doing something loving, intelligent, creative, or useful with it. The guide leads you now into another chamber. At its center is an enormous image of the universe, made from millions of tiny pieces of glass. A mosaic. Every piece is different. Different shapes, different textures, different perspectives of the same enormous picture. Then you notice one empty space, and beside it, one remaining piece. You pick it up. It fits perfectly into your hand. You place it into the opening, and suddenly the entire image illuminates. Not because your piece was more important than all of the others, but because it was yours to contribute. The guide says, wholeness never required sameness. Look around. Every piece matters precisely because it isn't identical to the piece beside it. And now you understand something else. Recognizing the value of your perspective doesn't require diminishing anyone else's. Quite the opposite. Their perspective may reveal what yours cannot, and your perspective may reveal what theirs cannot. We see farther when we're willing to share what each of us can see. And suddenly the scene changes. Now you're standing in a beautiful room containing an enormous round table. People are seated around it, different ages, backgrounds, lives, different areas of expertise, different personalities, all with different ways of seeing. And there's an open chair, your chair. You walk toward it and sit. In front of everyone is a small piece of paper containing a single question. What do you see from where you stand? That's it. Nobody is asking you to know everything. Nobody here knows everything. That's why there is a table. You're simply being invited to contribute what you can see from the lens you have, while remaining curious about what everyone else can see from theirs. Now imagine sharing one idea, one observation, one question, one creation, one act of encouragement, and watch what happens. Someone across the table hears it, and it gives them another idea, and they add something. Someone else builds upon that. Another person connects it to something neither of you had considered, and suddenly, something exists that none of you could have created alone. This is how human beings build. We contribute, we listen, we learn, and we adapt. We combine perspectives. We make the next thing possible. Maybe you've already done this more times than you realize. A sentence you said that stayed with someone. A perspective you shared that opened another possibility. Something you made. Something you noticed. something you taught or questioned, someone you encouraged. We rarely get to see the full journey of what we contribute, but contribution doesn't require witnessing every ripple. Now the ceiling disappears, and the table disappears. The observatory itself disappears, and gently, effortlessly, you begin rising above the mountain, higher and higher, until you can see the city below. Thousands of lights, thousands of lives. Higher still, countries, continents, oceans, until eventually you see Earth. A tiny blue world suspended in darkness. Billions of human beings, each seeing existence from a slightly different position. And somewhere on that beautiful little planet is you. One perspective, one consciousness, one particular intersection of experience existing at this moment in history. There has never been another human being who arrived at this exact moment through precisely your path, carrying precisely your combination of memories, questions, talents, relationships, interests, lessons, humor, sensitivities, curiosities, and dreams. And there never will be again. Existence itself has already made you specific, and specificity has value. Stay here for a moment, looking down at this beautiful world. Take a slow breath. And as I offer these words, allow each one to settle naturally. We don't have to strain toward them. We can simply let ourselves remember. My perspective carries value. My experiences have shaped a lens that belongs uniquely to me. I trust what life has taught me. I remain curious about everything still available for me to learn. I bring my perspective forward with courage. I express my ideas with clarity and authenticity. My curiosity expands what I am capable of seeing. I learn through participation. I grow through experience. I welcome opportunities to refine my gifts. I recognize possibilities through my unique lens. I honor the wisdom within my lived experience. I celebrate the wisdom carried by others. Different perspectives expand what we can understand together. I listen with curiosity and contribute with confidence. I belong in meaningful conversations. I bring something valuable to every room simply by bringing my authentic perspective. I allow my ideas to evolve as my understanding grows. I trust myself to ask meaningful questions. I share what I know and remain excited by what I can discover. My authenticity strengthens my contribution. I recognize and cultivate the gifts that come naturally through me. I use my experiences to create connection, insight, beauty, and possibility. There is room for my brilliance alongside the brilliance of others. The world becomes richer when each of us contributes what only we can. There has never been another me, and I am here to discover what only I can contribute. Now, very slowly, begin moving back toward the earth. See the oceans becoming larger, the continents, the cities and streets, the buildings, the room you're in, your body. Return with a new understanding. You don't have to become everyone. You only get to become increasingly you. More curious, more skilled, more loving and thoughtful, more courageous, more willing to share what you see. Feel the surface beneath you again. Notice your breath. Move your fingers gently. Move your toes. Roll your shoulders if that feels good, but keep your eyes closed for just another moment. Imagine that telescope one last time, with your name beneath it, your precise position beneath an enormous sky. And remember, the universe didn't need another telescope standing where one already stood. It needed this one, here. Perhaps the question we carry forward isn't, am I impressive enough? Perhaps it's something far more interesting. What can I see from where I stand? And what can I contribute because I see it? There are ideas that may only arrive through your particular imagination. People who may receive something differently because it came through your voice. Questions you may ask that lead somewhere unexpected. Things you may create that become ingredients in something much larger. And experiences still ahead that will continue adjusting your lens. So keep looking, keep learning, keep creating, keep contributing, and keep listening to what other people can see from where they stand. Because none of us sees the entire sky, but together we can see so much more of it. Take one final deep breath in and slowly release it. And whenever you're ready, gently open your eyes.